Chris the Nightmare Real, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, so a few people sent me this link late last night and decided to do a video this morning about it. But I see Joseph Parker, he signed a deal with Top Rank and Bob Arum. So he will be kind of co-promoted by Top Rank, and he's still with DUCO events. From the article that I read, DUCO will handle all of his New Zealand and Australian market. They'll handle that, and then Top Rank will handle the U.S. market, the Chinese market, and across the world. So that's great for Joseph Parker. I've been saying this since I've started doing videos on him over about close to 2 years now, that Parker and Iju will eventually need to leave New Zealand and come to the States or the UK. So I don't know exactly, what the contract reads or how it's going to go or how much money he's going to get. I have no clue. But obviously, Top Rank must offer him a deal that he could not refuse, because Joseph Parker, don't know if you know or not, but he's been looked at by promoters all over the world for the last few years. So it's not like he's getting, seeing the first offer and jumping at it. I'm sure him and his team, Kevin Barry and his family, they sat down and went over a lot of other options and a lot of other promotional companies and what they had to offer. And for Parker and his team, it seems as if, Top Rank offered him the best. Kevin Barry told him that he thought it was a great deal. So I don't know the particulars. I don't know what he's getting financially, but obviously it's a good move for him and his team. All right. Hopefully, like I said, he just went over all the offers, which I'm sure he did, from Hearn and Heyman and whoever else was trying to get him. And he picked Top Rank. So it is what it is. All right. That's a good thing, because he needs this for his career. Win, lose, or draw on Saturday, his career will not be over, God willing, or Andy Ruiz, you know what I mean? God willing, both these guys have their health after the fight. But yeah, he should be able to move on and get fights and still have a name. He's still young, still learning, you know what I mean? So it's a good move for him, all right? It's just funny, man, that Iju signed with Heyman. That's crazy, man. 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, these guys were still with DUCO, training together, and then like a month, not even a month later, a few weeks later, Iju with Heyman and Parker's with Top Rank. Kind of funny how that played out, Bob Arum. But, and then I also want to go over, I see Hughie Fury. Somebody sent me an article about Hughie Fury saying he wants the winner out of Parker Ruiz. We know Fury was actually set to fight Ruiz on the rematch of his cousin versus Klitschko in their rematch. He was set to fight Ruiz on the undercard, a fight that I was anticipating. I wanted to see, thought it was a good fight. A lot of fans were, a lot of you, not all, but a lot of the UK fans that were coming on my channel that I was conversing with at the time were kind of pissed off at the fight. They thought Ruiz was too fat. He shouldn't be in a ring with Hughie Fury and so on and so forth. But Ruiz is fighting for a title now, and Hughie wants the winner of it. I'm curious to see what the WBO is going to do with this mandatory spot. Hay, from what I've heard, he doesn't want it yet. I thought I seen an article. Well, I seen an article. I just don't know exactly when I seen an article about Hayes saying that he, might look else. He might do something else. He might not take that opportunity to get that title shot. And he might do something else. I know he's getting ready to fight Tony Bellew, so we know how that's going to go in March. So don't think we need to sit around and wait for David Hay until March. And I'm sure whoever wins this fight in December is going to want to get back in the ring around that March, depending on how fast this fight goes, how quick it ends, or how much punishment is received in this fight. But I'm sure they want to get back in the ring. Nobody wants to win a title in December and then sit around until June or some shit to get back in the ring. So, but I've heard Jarrell Miller on a True School Sports, shout out to my man Brendan, on his channel, he did an interview with Miller at the Heavyweight Factory Gym down there in Florida a few weeks ago. And according to Miller, he said the WBO reached out to him and told him that he may possibly be the next guy in line to get the mandatory spot and fight Parker versus Ruiz next year. So that was according to Miller. All right, Klitschko is rated number 2 behind Parker, but he's talking about going for the WBA. Eddie Hearn's already looking past Eric Molina, and they're trying to get Joshua versus Klitschko possibly for the WBA and the IBF to be on the line. That's what Eddie Hearn was talking about. So I'm not sure Klitschko is going to do it. It wants anything to do with the WBO right now. And then obviously you had Ruiz rated next, and then you had Hay. So then you have Hughie Fury and then Jarrell Miller. So Jarrell Miller has, like I said, had an interview where he came out and said that WBO reached out to him, said he could get the fight, and then now Hughie Fury said he wants to fight the winner. He has interest. And this is what I was telling you guys on the video previously I did when I was saying Miller versus Hughie Fury makes sense. In my opinion, I had one dude in the comment section trying to argue me down about it, telling me how nobody knows who Miller is and he's fat and he ballooned up in weight. And all that's true. As far as him ballooning up in weight. But the other shit about nobody knows who he is and it does nothing for Hughie Fury's career, well, that's more of your opinion. Obviously, a fight against Deontay Wilder does more for his career, right? We kind of know that. That kind of goes without fucking saying. A Povetkin fight would do more for his career, right? Because of the name and the experience and the fame of that other fighter. We fucking know that, man. Jesus Christ. But at the same time, for you to say nobody knows who Miller is, for people that believe that, I beg to differ, okay? I'm going to come with some facts, not all this shit about how I feel, okay? You may not know who he is, but the WBC, they know who he is, right? Because they have him at number 12, okay? You might not know who he is, but the WBA has him at number 9, okay? You might not know who he is, but the WBO has him at number 6, okay? You might not know who he is, but the IBF has Miller at number 9, okay? So yeah, fair enough. You might not know who he is, or that person doesn't know who he is, but the sanctioning bodies know who he is, and that's what's important in boxing, okay? Jeez. All right, so Hughie is rated number 5 by the WBO. He's not rated by any other sanctioning body. Now, you take out the sanctioning bodies, Hughie Fury is one of the best up-and-coming fighters, in my opinion, regardless of sanctioning bodies. So is Miller. Yes, he doesn't have the physique you want to see. That's fine. That's fine if that's not, well, then don't watch the fucking fight. If that's not what you want to see. Should I start nitpicking Fury and say shit like, well, he had acne, I don't want to see him. Or he doesn't have he's not muscle bound up top, with his shoulders and forearms, and he doesn't have a ripping six pack. I don't want to see him. See how dumb that shit sounds? You don't want to see him because of what you think his body looks like. Just like you guys are telling me you don't want to see Ruiz. Damn the fact that he has good hand speed, a good up and coming heavyweight, fast hands, relentless, tough. Damn all that. You just worried about physiques. And that's fine. I totally understand. You want your guy to look the part of a champion, but I can totally nitpick Hughie Fury's physique too. It just sounds stupid, man. The guy's fucking ranked and he's undefeated. Both of these guys are 5 and 6 by the WBO rated. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. And they both want the title shot. Doesn't it just make sense to have them just fucking fight in an eliminator? They both fought Fred Cassie. You could say Miller did better against Cassie. I believe that Hughie Fury has the best win between the two over Andre Rudenko. I think that's a very underrated win that he has that nobody gives Fury credit for. But this whole notion trying to pretend like fucking Hughie Fury is this global superstar and Miller is so beneath him. It's like some of you guys are getting Hughie Fury mixed up with Tyson Fury. Okay? I know Hughie Fury helped his cousin prepare for that win against Klitschko. So did Cassius Chaney and Nick Asbury. Shouts out to them. But yeah, Tyson Fury won that, not Hughie, okay? You can't just fucking, because Tyson's out, let's just put Hughie in his replacement spot as this global Fury superstar. Like, come on, he has to earn that shit, man. Cut the bullshit out, man. Had these dudes fighting a fucking eliminator, then the winner of that can get the title shot. All right, now, I understand voluntary defenses, but I just wouldn't want to see Miller or Fury be the mandatory. I would like to see an eliminator fight happen first. All right, but I know some of you, Hughie Fury is this global, international superstar, Oh, man, please. Come on, dude. Got to work your way up for that. You know what I mean? You got to work your way up for that. You just don't get that because you're attached to your cousin. It just doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? So, at least in my opinion, all right? And if your opinion, he's this global superstar, and Miller is this just fat bum that stumbled into all the 4 sanctioned bodies rankings, fair enough, man, fair enough. Those are the facts, though. The guy's, he's known by the sanctioning bodies. So that's my opinion, man. Curious to hear your opinion in the comment section. If you think differently, and I'm not going to argue with nobody in the comment section, man. Just leave what you think. If you think it's nobody knows Miller and this does nothing for Fury's career, just fair enough. I don't even give a fuck no more, man. I think it's a good fight. Both guys want the fight. You know what I'm saying? Hayes seems as if he's not going to take it. I'm not sure what Hayes is going to do. Right now, he wants to fight Tony Bellew in March, okay? And as a fan, I don't want to sit around and wait for what David Hayes has to do. Although, Hayes versus the winner out of Parker and Ruiz will be an excellent fight. It'll be excellent. Don't get me wrong now. I want to see it, but I don't want to just sit and just wait for what David Hayes wants. As a fan, I don't want that. I'm a fan of the division, not just of one fighter. So for you David Hayes fans, then you might want us to wait and see what he's. But I don't want to wait. Either you want that fight, the winner, or you don't. All right. Hughie Fury's also talking about being in line for Deontay Wilder. He has some options, So whatever Hughie decides to do, what he decides to do. Now, if they give him the fight against Parker versus Ruiz, I'm watching the fight now. Don't get me wrong, because they're not making him fight Miller in some eliminator bout. I'm going to watch that fight. But just if it was ran by me and I was WBO, I'll say, hey, both you guys want the title shot, huh? Okay, you guys need to fight in the eliminator. You mean to tell me as a fan you won't want to watch that? And as far as it wouldn't sell any tickets, well, hold on. Some of you guys are telling me Hughie Fury's a global international superstar, right? Well, Mike Tyson was around. He could sell a fucking pay-per-view with Peter McNeely. Did over 1 million views. You get what I'm saying? So just some of you tell me he's a global superstar, so let's see some of his cachet work out and sell this card. If not, just throw it on another card. Just like they were going to throw the Hughie Fury versus Ruiz fight on the undercard of Klitschko versus Fury, the rematch. Obviously, he won't probably be on a big card like that, but shit, you can find a card to put this fight on. Miller versus Hughie Fury, the winner gets Parker versus Ruiz. Don't sit here and tell me we can't sell that fight. All right? I don't expect the shit to do record-breaking pay-per-view numbers, but don't sit and act like we can't sell this fight. Like this is some dud fight. Just my opinion, man. I'm out.